Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent. I know, it's been a little while, guys, that you haven't heard from me when it comes to Vechain, but we are back. We're back with another episode on Vechain. Let's go over it. Let's talk about the latest developments. Let's see where we're at right now, where we're going to be in the future, in the short term and in the long term, of course. Now, we kick off today's episode with something really, really important that has happened in the Vechain space. Everyone's talking about it, and you need to know about this, right? So supply chain management platform Vechain has announced a new service for combining businesses to overhaul their carbon footprint data management practices. The new service, detailed in a Medium post on Thursday, combines decentralized ledger technology with a software-as-a-service SaaS business model. So the digital carbon footprint SaaS service allows enterprises users to log key data and integrate it with world-leading third-party assurance providers within Vechain's partnership network. So where this has come from is, carbon emissions need to be tracked. What better way to do it than with blockchain? Vechain is right in the thick of it. And now we're talking about enterprise carbon footprint tracking, right? So which you know what that means? It means volume. Lots and lots of volume coming. And again, this goes to show the diversification that this platform allows. It goes to show the potential of Vechain in multiple different sectors, not just one sector. This is one of many sectors that Vechain will be a part of in the short term and long term. And this is where the stranglehold comes into the world of this particular field of blockchain technology being used, where Vechain really is dominating the space. So it is really exciting. Now, we will talk about price today. I think we're going towards 50 cents a lot quicker than anybody thinks. I think it's going to be really exciting. The development, how we go about it, the kind of move that we will be making towards that particular journey. And I will go over it in detail with you on how we're going to get there. But what's really important right now is to look at not just this, right? Because this is important, and I think that we will be going towards 50 cents very quickly. But when we look at, just how important this Vechain carbon reporting blockchain platform is, it is everywhere. Wherever you search in regards to blockchain platforms, this news about the digital carbon footprint and this new thing of doing, so it's really big, like really big. So what's really important is to understand when you are doing your research about this particular blockchain is to have a look at all the different sectors that it can perform in, have a look at just how big this is going to be, and then not to mention all the plans that China has for Vechain as well. So we are in for a mighty journey. And again, another news article that has mentioned Vechain, that has mentioned the enterprise to reduce carbon emission. It is everywhere. It is literally the talk of the town, and rightly so, because it is a very big deal in this particular space. So again, it just goes to show the strength and the possibilities when it comes to Vechain long term. Now, when you are researching Vechain, you do need to have a look at the ecosystem. You need to have a look at just how massive this is, right? So this is a huge ecosystem, right? This is incredible. And what's really important when you are looking at the ecosystem, when you are looking at the platform, when you are looking at all the different reasons why potentially you might want to have Vechain in your portfolio, just take a look at this. I mean, and go and through and look at some of the companies and the reputable names that are in there. I mean, BMW's in there. That's, it's going to say something. But when we look at the charts, we will analyze them properly. But this is sort of, I guess, the kind of formation that we're going to be making towards 50 cents, right? So it's about 644% from here. Which is massive, right? So it's there's a lot coming. There's a lot coming from where we are to where we're going. So there are going to be obviously some key points. 30 cents, 40 cents, and 50 cents, 43 cents, and we'll cover them off. But it is coming. Now when we look at not just the other one that we were talking about before, but also in regards to pollution reporting and even more carbon footprint possibilities. This was even mentioned on Vechain's official Twitter account. That's how big this is becoming, right? So it is massive what is going on out there in the marketplace at the moment. And Vechain is the talk of the town because of all these extra things that they're doing in regards to pollution reporting and this sector, which is a very, very big sector, which is going to play huge dividends towards Vechain's prices in the coming months. Let's have a look at some of the indicators though inside of Tani. So as we begin to look at the charts and we begin to analyze what has been happening, right, we can see here clearly with the moving average 100 how well Vechain has performed over that line, right? And we can see where we're at the moment inside the Bollinger Band. We're sort of sitting towards the middle. And on the MACD though, from a daily perspective, we are still in a bearish and with an RSI sitting, towards the overbought, but not really, right? Overall, it's been steady. Probably a good word to use for it. Now, we do know that when we go outside of the Bollinger Band, we got to come back inside the Bollinger Band. So we were outside the Bollinger Band a couple of hours ago, but we're starting to come back in and we're starting to creep back up. But I think we will be going down before we go up. And it's always the case, during Sunday, Monday, Sunday in America, Monday here in Australia. So over the next 12 to 24 hours, I don't expect the prices to be going up. And if they do, it really does kick up a storm when it comes to, when it does happen on a Monday. Generally that whole week ends up being a monstrous a week for the whole industry. So we will wait patiently, but history does repeat itself, and I do think that we are going to go down a little bit before we go up. Now, wherever we look, 12, 4, 1 daily, it is still bearish. So we haven't kicked into gear yet and started the journey towards 20 cents and beyond. So for now, from an indicator perspective, it's pretty flat, right? It's looking more bearish than it is bullish. So that's that's probably the feedback from that particular analysis, right? But let's have a look at some drawings. What can exactly we expect, and when can we expect Vechain to start hit some big numbers? So the next stop in the journey for Vechain is towards 30 cents, and that there from a Fibonacci retracement point of view makes a lot of sense, right? So from where we are right now, heading towards that 30 cents, that's for me the next stop, obviously, right? And there will be some hurdles along the way. 17, 20 cents, 24 will also play a major role in that in there. And then obviously we go towards 30. Once we break above 30, I think 30 to 40, we will do it very quickly. But the next stop in the journey is this, right? So getting back into the 30s. Then when we look long term, as we stretch out and look beyond, I mean, there are some crazy, look, if you had to get what happened in the past and draw a complete retracement of that, then we would go towards, $2.40 for Vechain. Now, I've said on the channel that I believe $1.10 in 2021 is possible. I'm going to stick by that because looking at this and just simply drawing that, it doesn't really draw a proper conclusion, right? I mean, $2.40 by the end of 2021 would be insane. I think we're gonna go towards 50, have a nice retrace, and then make our way towards $1.10. I do not believe, and that is my personal opinion, that we're gonna get to $2.40 by the end of the year. Of course, I'll be the first to clap if we do, but I think $1.10 is a more realistic target. $1.50, like maximum at the moment, right? When I look at this, I think I can stand behind that. $1.10, crazy FOMO, $1.50. I can stand behind this, but I can't stand by $2.40 by the end of the year. So the Vechain versus Bitcoin, right? It is ready to go parabolic, right? It has broken out, and we're just waiting for this wave to complete, and then we're off, and we're going to be off in a big way compared to what it has in the past. So the explosive, how do you call it? The explosive bull run for Vechain is coming. It will be monstrous. There's at least another 10x to come out of this run, right? And so that is what I'm looking for. Then once we hit that target, we will, think about, okay, where do we go from here? What happens? But first things first, let's get to 25 cents, break into the 30s, and then start to make our journey towards these crazy, insane numbers that we all know is just a matter of time until VeChain hits them. So whichever way you look at it, the future looks very, very bright. But from your end, please, please, please make sure that you do your research. Make sure that it fits your portfolio. Make sure that it fits your goals. Don't overinvest. Only invest what you can afford to lose. These are basics, but I gotta remind you of them. And as always, if you learned something new today, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And as always, thank you. And I look forward to see you on the next one.